am I speaking with today, please?
You're speaking with Kalia Parker, and I wanted to make a complaint about an experience I had last night at El Pollo Loco, where your
What
employees,
location did you go?
Vernon and Crenshaw,
What location did you go, ma'am?
it's Vernon and Crenshaw.
Do you have your receipt? Probably there will be the location number on the receipt.
Yeah, I have my receipt right here.
Yeah, the location number is on the receipt.
Okay, 5975.
Thank you very much for that.
Huh?
And it's the one at 3350 West Vernon Avenue, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, so
correct.
what was your experience, ma'am?
Well, okay, so I was in, I was led to recording my experience because I was going to make a complaint about what I was experiencing in the first place. And upon the employees realizing I was recording, they got very aggressive, and one of the girls tried to attack me a couple times, trying to take my phone and all of this stuff. And they worked at El Pollo Loco because they were sitting outside directly behind me and under the little window shade. It was just sitting in a way where they could see me and I couldn't see them, and they were watching me from outside. And because they were being very rude, and then I made eye contact with them before they walked outside, saying something about disrespectful customers or annoying customers. And I made eye contact when they said that, and then I noticed how they were watching me outside. So I started to show that I was recording them by I got footage of everything that they did to me, pretty much, in El Pollo Loco. But they tried to intimidate me into not recording, putting their hands on me, tried to gang up on me. It was like very aggressive, and in my community, and we don't, yeah, we don't stand for things like that happening. Being
Sorry
violent and
about your
stuff
experience.
towards African Americans is out, and bullying. The poison shouldn't be there. That's why I was recording it in the first place, to file a complaint, because they were making me sick while I was eating, and I had already came in while having a heat stroke, while the only African American worker that was there when I first walked in, she had to bring me my change and bring me my food because I was too dizzy to even stand up at the register to wait for her to take my money and give me change. I had to sit down, and then
Sorry about your
your
experience.
employees got
Sorry
very
about your...
disrespectful.
Hello, ma'am.
Huh?
Sorry about your experience at this location. What led to you recording? What happened? What happened before you started recording?
What happened? Okay, so I remember when I was waiting to order, there was a lady that came in that had was in the driveway, so she had to come in and pay, and so she had to give the lady her money before I could order. And the black lady said, "I'm ready to go home. I wish it was time to go home." And I said, "I'm grateful you guys were open because I was hungry and I was fainting and stuff just outside, right outside of the El Pollo Loco." And then as soon as she said that she wanted to go home, it was an awkward tension in the atmosphere and energy between the Latino workers and her. She said it was like a subliminal messaging that the whole store caught. And then when she left, she said she had mentioned to me about getting healthy again by sitting down, eating my food, and resting. And she was leaving, and she said something about enjoying my night.
Hello,
And
ma'am.
yeah,
Hello.
yeah, can you hear
Am
me?
I on a speakerphone? Am I on
No,
a speakerphone?
no. Here, I could put some headphones in.
Oh. Okay. can you please take it? I'm hearing so much noise, so I'm trying to figure out your voice and what the noise.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that, ma'am. Sorry about your experience. I know the employees were kind of rude to you. I think that you were aggressive and you had everything on recording. But what led to you record the incidents?
Oh, I was getting to that. So when the lady brought me my change, the black lady brought me my change, and she walked out of the door because she was leaving. So she brought me my change as the last thing she did prior to walking out of the store, and she said about something about enjoying my night, and then the employees came out of the kitchen and sat in the booth right in front of mine, and they were talking about me over my head because they thought I wasn't smart enough to understand that they were making jokes about my burrito and trying to be funny and stuff. And then the girl who had walked out of the kitchen, I noticed that she was on selfie camera trying to take a recording of me on Snapchat or recording of me on her phone, and we made eye contact through her phone camera, and then she ended up
Sorry to cut in. I'm just trying to pick the situation and how it happened. So when you made your order for burritos, right?
Burritos, yeah, burritos. And then I bought 2 BRCs with corn, and then I got dizzy, so she told me sit down and she'll bring my order to me, and then they forgot to bring my order.
So, Okay, so when you placed your order, I'm trying to create a report, so I need to merge the scenarios together because it's just all over the place right now. So
I can tell you from beginning to end. It was because I was walking in there on a medical condition.
I'm trying to bring it together now. You already said everything that happened. So when you got in, you placed your order, but there was somebody at the drive-thru who needed to come in to pay, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the person had to pay before you could place your order,
yes.
correct?
Yes.
So you placed your order, but you were feeling dizzy.
Yes.
And then the employee told you to sit down. She was going to bring your food for you, correct?
Yes, and my change.
Okay. Your food and your change, correct?
Yes.
So when you sat down, where you were sitting, some employees were behind you talking about rude
They were in the
customers,
booth.
correct?
They were in the booth to my left, right in front of me, technically.
Oh, okay, they were in the booth to your left. Okay. So, how did you know they were talking about you?
Because they were making jokes about the burrito, and they were checking to see if I was paying them any attention to have caught on or noticed. They were insulting me on purpose to see my reaction, or to see if my reaction to catching on to their jokes or their attempts of jokes in the beginning. But when she started recording me, yeah.
Okay, just hold on, please. Let me just document this so I don't.
Yeah, they made me start feeling like they spit in my food because they were joking about my burritos so much. It was like I wanted to close my eyes.
You have 17 new voice messages and 3 saved messages.
Hello?
I'm here. I'm trying to create a report, okay?
Okay.
I'll read it back to you, and I'm trying to create a report here.
Yeah, it's an extremely long report. I got a bunch of video recordings though for evidence. I even recorded the police coming, and every time I was attacked for my phone.
They called police on you?
Yeah, I called the police because they grabbed my phone while I was recording when they came and tried to gang up on me. When they noticed I was recording, they came straight from outside trying to intimidate me to stop recording. And then they tried to take my phone. And I waited for the police. And so I was recording while I was waiting for the police. And they attempted to take my phone 2 more times. and had my phone case.
Okay, just hold on, ma'am. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. And
Yeah, I'm still here.
so you said you were sitting on the other side of the booth, correct?
Yes, and they were sitting because there's 4 booths connected in a square, and and I was closer to
Okay.
the cashier on the far. It was a southeast booth, and then they were on the northeast booth right in front of me.
Okay. And you said they were talking about rude customers, right?
Yeah, and they were talking about the burrito. They were making a lot of jokes back and forth that I didn't really I knew they weren't true jokes. I knew that they were just subliminal calls for my attention per se, because they were laughing about stuff that didn't even really make sense. They were inside jokes about my burrito and stuff. And they made me feel like they spit in it by them joking about it so much. To a point where I had to close my eyes because the way they were working around me and stuff. It was really toxic. That's what made me start recording. And especially when I noticed
Yeah.
that I officially started recording when I noticed she was recording me on her phone.
So the employee started recording first, correct?
Yes, on her selfie camera. So I seen her face in the camera as well as mine. They were trying to record me eating and coming out of my medical dizziness and stuff from me having faint spells. That's what they were trying to laugh and joke about. The way I came in and really needed food to be able to stand and sustain again, because I was like passing out and getting dizzy and really, really weak.
Sorry about that, ma'am. you started recording as well, right?
Yes, but I put my phone in my purse.
Okay.
Yeah, I put my phone in my purse, which was on the seat next to me, so nobody could see that I was recording at first. And I had a long recording of their insults and jokes and stuff.
How many employees?
Oh, I would have to look at the recording to count for you. It was probably like 6.
6 employees on you?
Yeah, but one girl was the one who was grabbing my phone and stuff, but they were instigating it, and they tried to all work together to intimidate me out of not being there, out of leaving, out of not recording.
So you have a long recording of the insults they hold on you?
Yeah, the first video was 20 minutes long. And then when they walked outside, I stopped recording. And then I started back recording when I noticed where they were sitting, how they were sitting directly behind me outside the store, staring at me through the glass. And when I let them know I was recording by getting the footage of where they were sitting, they started getting aggressive towards me, all rushed back into the El Pollo Loco. Told me I can't be there. I had to leave. Why was I recording? Questioning me about recording. And when I calculated when I looked at my receipt and seen what time I bought my stuff, coincidentally, the time they walked in, it had exactly been 32 minutes from the time I got my receipt. Not even the time I got my food, but the time I got my receipt. And so me having been there 30 minutes, it wasn't a problem with me leaving. I wasn't trying to loiter. I was like, as soon as I did the calculations, when I seen my receipt, then because they had ended up closing, but I had came in before they closed, and they told me to sit down and eat, and then before you know it, I was alone with them in there. I paid for my order. The minute was 41, and let's say they close at let's say the 60th or the when they close at, I think it's like 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and I came in about what is that, 12. It was 41 when I ordered my food, so approximately almost 19 minutes before they closed. And then when they walked in, I had, from the time of my receipt to the exact moment when they walked in about me having to leave, I had been there for exactly 32 minutes, and I was willing to leave, but it.
So
Huh?
What time did you make your orders? And what time is on your receipt?
I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me see. This one says. Oh shit! It started to rub off. Let me see. Oh, 9:32. I think. Yeah, that says 9:32. And then let me see if there's another.
What's your first name, man?
My first name, Kalia Parker.
How do I spell it?
KHALYIAH.
And your last name?
Parker.
Hello?
It's Parker.
Parker.
Yes.
first name is K for Kilo, H for Hotel, A for Alpha, L for Lima, Y for Yankee, I for India, A for Alpha, H for Hotel, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And they had started calling the police on me for recording. And so when I was waiting for the police with them, they were trying to scare me away from being outside the store and still recording. And then they got physical twice, but we were waiting for the police. As I was walking out of El Pollo Loco, the worker first tried to snatch my phone, and she started twisting my arm when she was trying to take my phone out of my hand and stop my recordings. And then I didn't do anything. I didn't escalate or anything. I just took all the stuff that she was doing to me, and then I went outside, and she attempted to do it 2 more times. Well, not attempted to, but she did it twice more again to me and recorded me on her phone and had me on Snapchat. And she was basically trying to make a joke out of me and try to embarrass me like I was crazy for waiting for the police with them because she tried to snatch my phone the first time. That's what made me wait for the police.
Okay, so let me read what I have here. You visited this location and you were about to place your order when a customer from the drive-thru came in. You were attended to, the employees attended to the drive-thru customer before they took your order. You were feeling busy, so the employee told you to go sit down, that she will bring your change and food to you. Correct?
Yes.
So you were sitting down on the other side of the booth, and employees were seated there, talking about rude customers and making a lot of jokes about the burrito you ordered for. You said they tried to see if your attention was on them.
Yeah, and how
You started recording.
they were making fun of how I was having a medical issue and I needed food to rejuvenate and recuperate and come to. They were making jokes pretty much about my whole medical incident.
Yeah, I'm still reading the report I have here. So you started recording, and you could see yourself on the employee selfie camera recording and passing comments on how you were weak and on your medical condition of being dizzy. You started recording as well. Place your phone on your purse, on the table.
No, on the bench. It was on the bench next to me, on the seat right next to me, against the wall, so nobody could see me recording.
It's okay. Okay. You have a long recording of employees insulting you, and employees were trying to intimidate you, about 5 or 6 of them. All the employees went outside of the building because the location was about to close, and then you told the employees that you had all of them on cameras.
No, I didn't tell them anything. I didn't tell them that. They saw me recording from outside and decided to approach me aggressively as a group.
Oh, okay.
And they came inside, and first thing they asked me, am I recording? And then got aggressive.
Okay. they asked you if you were recording them and they became aggressive, correct?
Yeah, but when they asked me if I was recording them, I didn't answer them. I said, I don't know, because they did kind of make me nervous because they were really surrounding me. After they came in, they started surrounding me from different angles. And I just looked at the two people in front of me and chose not to worry about their surrounding tactics to enjoy putting me in a scary experience or a survival experience. But when they got behind me, they were like, "Oh, you are recording. Why are you recording?" And I said, "Because I'm the press and I have the right to record my experiences, like, you know." And then they just got very violent. I mean,
So,
yeah.
so then you called the police on them, correct?
Yeah, I believe that they got a hold of an operator just before I did. Once they got off the phone with the operator picked up for me, and I was able to give them the location. They said a call was just made, so it kind of seemed bad for me to have gotten through second, but I recorded the whole phone call to the police and until they came, after they came. The whole scenario, it was really ridiculous.
Sorry about that, ma'am. So what I'm going to do here, I will create this report. I'll forward it to the district manager and to the franchise owner, and I'll have someone contact you. Okay?
Okay. Is there a way that you guys would like me to email the videos?
Yeah.
Because I was never disrespectful or aggressive. They even had two cars pull up really fast and hop out and join them and questioning me about recording and leaving and not waiting for the police. It was crazy.
Sorry about that. Can I get your phone number, ma'am? How you like to be contacted?
909 235 2063. I'm glad you answered today on a Sunday because I didn't want to have to try to file this a day late or 2 days late due to the weekend.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to forward this report to the district manager and to the franchise owner to address this issue and to have somebody contact you.
Okay.
Amen?
Yeah, I just have one question. Can you
Contact you.
ensure, you know how you have, when you were reading the report, you were saying how it said that I told them I was recording. Can we ensure that is not stating anything that I haven't said that looks false on my behalf as if I was aggressive or anything, because I never said anything to them first.
Yeah, by the time you're contacted and the video, you send the video in, yeah, they'll see it from there.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am?
Okay. So what do I do?
Then,
How do I send the video?
yeah, just hold on till somebody contacts you, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Any other thing you want me to do for you today, ma'am?
Can you mail me verification of this conversation and the form that's being jotted down for legal purposes so that I can could have it as proof of that I called today at this time and I did ensure that I made it a report today.
Yeah, when you call or when they need to verify that, you just need to give us here your phone number, and it's going to pull up the report for today.
No, I'm saying I need a written documentation stating that this report was made today.
I'm sorry, there's no way I can mail that to you. You can discuss that with the district manager or the franchise owner when he calls you.
Or emailing it? Can you email it?
He will. I'm sorry, I can't email you. The only person that can get this report is just the district manager and the franchise owner.
Okay, well, can you put that in the report that you're sending to them, that I'm requesting that documentation so that it